I have put together a comparison to see how many seats are allocated this financial year compared to the last financial year. So you can see with New South Wales, it was allocated 9,108 for 190, but this year 2,650, 6,168 for 190 last year, 1,500 this year for the 491. So most states have been slashed by 70%. So, and like I said before, so there is a high possibility that towards the end of this year, or towards the end of this financial year, the states might be allocated more seats, and we are still yet to see how the 189 visa will look like. It is also a possibility that we will see some generous 189 invitations, but right now, as explained before, department is looking at granting the visas that were lodged in the last financial year. So in South Australia, again, you can see 3,000 last year for 190, 1,100 this year, 5,800 for 491 last year, 1,200 this year, 2,025 for ACT last year, 600 this year for both 190 and 491. Northern Territory, again, about 60% have been slashed for the 190. So 600 last year, 250 this year, 1,400 for 491 last year, 400 this year. Queensland, 3,000 seats last year, 900 this year, 2,000 last year for the 491, only 650 this year for 491. Tasmania, 2,150 for a 190. And it's given 600 seats for both 190 and 491, like way lower number. And Tasmania is also planning to do a webinar, I think it's next week, where they will kind of give us an update what they're going to do with the new criteria. And then Victoria, you can see 12,900 for last year 190, only 2,700 this year for 190. But if you look at it, New South Wales and Victoria are still the winners. Like every year, they have been allocated more seats compared to the other states. Western Australia, only 1,500 for the 190 compared to the 5,350 in the last financial year, and 850 for the 491 visa. Now, at the start of this financial year, we will notice that the invitations that will be issued will be at high points. If the department issues more quota to the states, then we can see the invitations at lower points as well. So it might be a good strategy to figure out the best state for yourself at the start of the financial year, because you don't want to wait too long to get the invitation. Also work out if you can increase your points, or if you want to work with the current points you have, what will be the best state. With some of you, you may have to move, but let's wait when the new criteria is announced for the states. We were hoping that the states will have flexible criteria, which has happened. If you look at Western Australia, if you look at ACT, if you look at Tasmania, they had really good criteria that came out, but at that time they did not know that department will slash their quota by 60 to 70%. But right now, obviously, they'll have to re-strategize their criteria, and they may have flexible approach later in the year if they are given more allocation, if they have to work with this allocation. So looks like we will be looking at invitations at high points for the 190 and the 491 visa. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us.